This is BBC News. I'm Martine Croxall. The headlines at 11. Theresa May is back in Downing Street, but her parliamentary majority is gone, and Britain has a hung parliament.
I have just been to see Her Majesty the Queen, and I will now form a government that can provide certainty and lead Britain forward at this critical time for our country.
Labour made gains across Britain, confounding many predictions, as Jeremy Corbyn said his party was the real winner.
Incredible result for the Labour Party because people voted for hope. Young people and old people all came together yesterday. Very high turnout, huge increase in the Labour vote.
We'll have the full result with the Conservatives on 318 seats, Labour on 262, and both parties having increased their share of the vote. In Northern Ireland, the Democratic Unionist Party with 10 seats agreed to try to help the Conservatives to stay in power. In Scotland, a challenging night for the SNP as they lost a third of their seats, and its former leader Alex Salmond was among those defeated. After a collapse in UKIP's share of the vote and no MPs, the party leader Paul Nuttall resigns. Good evening and welcome to BBC News. Theresa May is trying to construct a new government and face the challenge of the imminent Brexit process, having lost the majority in the House of Commons, while Labour made unexpected gains. The Conservatives emerged from yesterday's election as the largest party, but with no parliamentary majority, and they're hoping to rely on Northern Ireland's Democratic Unionists to stay in power. The Prime Minister said she felt sorry for colleagues who lost their seats and said she would reflect on the lessons. So this is the final outcome. The Conservatives have 318 seats, 8 short of a majority. Labour have 262, the SNP 35, the Liberal Democrats 12, the Democratic Unionist Party 10 and Plaid Cymru 4. The Conservatives lost 13 seats overall. They'd been expecting big gains. Labour added 30, while the SNP lost 21. So Theresa May is still Prime Minister, but there are questions about the viability of this new administration. In a moment, we'll have all the results, reaction and analysis, and we'll consider the implications both for Brexit and for Scottish independence.
Brighter and warmer weather.
This is BBC News. I'm Chris Rogers. These are our top stories. Britain's hung parliament. Theresa May is forced to form a minority government after a disastrous election result.
I have just been to see Her Majesty the Queen, and I will now form a government that can provide certainty and lead Britain forward at this critical time for our country.
She says the setback at the hands of Labour leader will not affect Brexit, and talks on leaving the EU will continue. President Trump says he's willing to testify under oath about his talks with the sacked FBI Director James Comey.
No collusion, no obstruction. He's a leaker, but we want to get back to running our great country.
And when elections go wrong, how Mansfield nearly got the Member of Parliament they didn't vote for. Hello and welcome to BBC News. British Prime Minister Theresa May is trying to put together a new government after the snap election she called backfired on her badly. She now faces the challenge of the imminent Brexit negotiations without a majority in the House of Commons. Let's have a look at the final result. Mrs May's Conservatives have 318 seats. That's 8 short of what is needed for an overall majority. And the main opposition Labour Party has 262. So there are questions about the viability of this new administration, which is hoping to rely on the support of another political party.